Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Whew, I'm a little bit tired. It's Sunday afternoon late, so the weekend's just about over. I've been working this weekend. I've been doing a lot of research and doing writing. I think I've mentioned in my videos I'm getting the blog going again, and I'm filling in gaps in my nutrition, and I'm going to do a video on that. I won't go into that right now, but you know, I've kind of gotten back rejuvenated on researching some stuff and going a little bit deeper with what I'm doing, which I'm always doing. So I'm a little bit on overload right now, but do you believe in your lifestyle? Do you believe in enough to take all your chips and say, I'm all in? Now, even if you don't play poker, you should have heard, you know, with all the popularity of poker, you should have heard all in. All in means when you're so confident in your hand that that's it. You're willing to bet it all. You're betting everything that's in front of you. It's basically claiming, I believe in this 100%. Do you believe in your lifestyle 100%? Do you do the raw vegan thing or do the raw till 4 thing the best you can? Or are you always trying to get a little deeper, a little bit cleaner, or are you just getting by? And if you're just getting by, I'm not criticizing you for that. I'm just saying maybe, you know, if that's what you want. But if you're telling yourself if you want more and you're continuously not getting it, you got to analyze and see why. And I don't know, I've been watching a lot of video and reading way too much this weekend on just too many different subjects, and all I keep seeing is like what I kind of consider laziness in a way, just articles, videos, writings, websites. And it's all on this fast society. It's all on the minimum. It's about getting by. It's about passing. It's about doing enough in that class to get a C or a D and get a passing grade. It's not trying to excel or go for the highest, but it's just like, well, this isn't going to hurt us a lot. Yeah, I know, I'm doing the slow transition. I've been transitioning for 3 years, but I'm gentle with myself and I'm going to do it. And you know, it never seems to manifest. There's always, you know, some reason not to buckle down and really make this the time to do it. I don't know. I talk to people a lot of times, and like I said, I don't poke too much. I don't pry. I try to get a little information, or I kind of try to feel people out. But people can be sensitive about these things, even if you're not condemning them. Like sometimes I think it is they wish they were doing a little bit more, trying a little bit harder. And you might hit a nerve and they kind of are a little bit sensitive about that. But I like to try to feel people out and see if they're even remotely close to how I think. I mean, as soon as I got into this thing, I knew I was going to have to go pretty far. I didn't know if I'd stick with it or what it was going to bring, but I'm a curious person. There's no way that 2.5 years later I could still be trying to transition or, you know, dabbling in this. If I was just dabbling, I would have probably dabbled on to the next thing. You know, I had to jump in and I had to, but the thing was, in the very beginning, you have to believe. You have to come to, belief and commitment is the majority of it here. Actually doing the work comes after making that commitment. Once you make that commitment in your head, then it's just kind of like learning and going through the motions. Once I made that commitment, I made a lot of mistakes. I did things wrong. I didn't eat enough food. I didn't eat a lot of the right foods. I left a lot out of my diet. I had things in my diet that I shouldn't, but I was on that path, and I was serious on that path, and I wanted to learn as much as possible. And besides learning as much as possible, I was just like, I want to see how far this thing goes. I want to see how much I can keep improving, how much better I can keep feeling, how much more clarity I can keep obtaining by learning more and going deeper with this. And I don't even feel like I'm anywhere close yet. But I just have to ask people all the time, don't you have that same curiosity? Even if you just were going to get to a certain point for a short period of time to experience it and see how it feels. I mean, don't you feel like, whether it's raw till 4, raw vegan or whatever, that you owe it to yourself to go hardcore? Yeah, let me just go ahead and say the word hardcore, because we kind of tiptoe around this stuff all the time. Because there is a fine line to walk between wanting to be understanding, compassionate, and non-judgmental, and not to put people off and not to offend people. But then there's also, we want to talk with the people that are really interested, and we want to connect with them, and we want to share our information and our stories, because there is, I feel, that category of people that just want to see how far they can go, how far they can take this health thing, what's waiting out there, what's the optimal what's the optimal way we can live, and whether that's different. I'm definitely not saying there's one right way. You have to come to my way, or I have to come to this guy's way, or whatever. I'm talking about living up to the higher version of your belief, the higher version of how you see this way of eating, this lifestyle, this way of life playing out. I mean, I can't say it for you. I mean, for me, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, you do this, so you're not as serious about it. That can only be determined in your head by you. And it's not for anybody else to say, but you know it. You know it as you're listening to this. You know it either way. You know it as you're listening to this, whether you're a seeker and you're really trying to go as deep as you can, or if you're a dabbler and you kind of keep getting caught up and distracted and starting over all the time. Which, don't get me wrong, starting over is better than just giving up. But I'll go back to a central theme I use in some of these. You make a mistake, no problem, no harm, no foul. You make another mistake, we're all going to make mistakes. You keep making mistakes, well, we make multiple mistakes in life. But after 10, 20, 30 mistakes of the same mistake, you have to kind of analyze things and say, okay, well, something's not going right here. Whatever I'm doing, either I don't have a plan or my plan isn't working. So I need to either come up with a plan or come up with a new plan. But it's just sometimes I get a little bit almost tongue-tied. I don't know how quite to even say this. Like I say, this is not preaching. Like I don't want it to ever come across as me being like angry or you should do this or condemning. It's just like I want you to get a little glimpse of what I'm getting. And I think I'm just starting to get a flash of. This could be, I think the ultimate expression of where I want to be could be 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Shoot, I'll be 70-something years old maybe by the time. And I think I will still constantly evolve, but I want to go deeper. Now, like I say, if you don't want to go deeper, or if you're not really wanting to see how far this thing will take you, I was working on an article this afternoon for the blog, and it's more of a general, because on the blog, I even more so than on the videos, I try to reach out to a wider audience, even people that are not remotely related in the vegan world, the raw vegan world, or whatever. And I was doing this article on 5 simple tips for health and wellness. And it's just anything we're doing helps. So, I'm not saying if you're even like probably watching this and even remotely trying this lifestyle, you're probably healthier than a huge percentage of the population out there. But there are people that need a little bit more. There's a lot of overweight people that I see out there, that I interact with out there. There's a lot of sick people out there that have all kind of problems, autoimmune diseases, digestion, things in the colon, irritable bowel syndrome, all kind of digestive issues. And I just believe, especially if you have some sort of major illness in your body, or if you're overweight and you're trying to lose that weight, you just owe it to yourself to really do this thing, do it seriously, and do it clean, and do it in the highest form that it can be done. I don't know exactly what I mean by the highest form it can be done. That may not be the best way, but do it to the best of your ability. Eat as clean as possible. And it's not about these gimmicks. It's just about, if you can establish listen, I will say over and over and over and over until one of you shoots me for saying the same things over and over. I am nobody special. I'm a drunk. I was a drunk for 30 years. I was a drunk that did a lot of bad things with his health. I had no discipline. I have no discipline, but I just did it because it feels good. And if you will trust that you're even going to feel better, just take the first step, but keep moving forward. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. I hate seeing these people that it's always like moving forward, and then back. If you've got to, I don't want to get into particulars here. This is just I'm talking about a mentality of going all the way with what you're doing, but do whatever you got to do to succeed. I mean, there's no way not to succeed. I mean, if you will put just any effort, any preparation, any planning into it, just simply having good, clean food around will save you. It will save you, because if you get hungry and you want to do something really bad, if you want to eat something really bad, if you're about to go off the rails, you just start shoving bananas in your mouth. I guarantee there's no way that will not work. You shove bananas in your mouth when you got a craving or you want to do something bad, and if you shove them in your mouth until the craving goes away. It's simple as that. Or some other food or some other fruit, but you get what I'm saying. Anyhow, I'm not going to keep repeating over and over. I just wanted to do a video to finish up the week, and as we go into a new week, to challenge you to see how far you can go with this and to see where you can take this. If you're happy, hey, maybe it fits your lifestyle and maybe that's what you want within you. If you're happy just making a few healthy changes in your life, you're going to live a lot better. You're going to get a lot of benefit out of it, and you're going to be way ahead of the general population. But if you do want to go further, if you really want to do and live in a pristine state of health, if you want to try to continually evolve and go towards the ultimate expression of you, and that could be different for every single one of us. We could all, I'm really starting to believe even more and more and more and more. There are some rules that all of our bodies are somewhat governed by, like a smaller general set of rules, but there are so many differences within us individually. I mean, take for instance, and I network with people a lot, and a lot of people have very good, well-meaning suggestions for me, and I know even some of them, know a lot more than me, but what they don't take into account is they were a lot sicker than me coming into this lifestyle. They've had major health issues, or they still have major health issues. I don't. I was lucky so far. I mean, who knows? Maybe I didn't catch this early enough and something will manifest itself in the way of disease later. But I'm hoping that as I keep pumping my body with this good stuff and leaving the bad stuff out of it, maybe I'm going to dodge the bullet and not have to pay for my karma of all the unhealthy living that I did in the past. Anyhow, just something to think about. I'm just saying, if you want to be cleaner, be cleaner. The holidays are just around the corner, and you're going to really be kicking yourself. I'm going to mention the holidays several times throughout the next 3 months over these videos, and I'm going to try to get in your head, don't set yourself back even further. Start doing this before the holidays begin. What's Halloween in 2 weeks? Where the candy starts, and then it'll be Thanksgiving, then it'll be Christmas and New Year's and all that, and then you'll be around to having the come to Jesus moment at New Year's about it getting all healthy again. Oh, I'm going to do all these things for next year. Let next year begin tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. It's a new week. Buckle down. Decide you're really going to do whatever your program is. Do whatever you're doing for yourself to the best of your ability. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope this next week will be a great one for you. Take care, and I love you guys.